desk. So we thought, let's restore this desk to January 1917, right? But we weren't sure what it looked like, and it was covered with veneers and arborite on the top and plywood, and we didn't know what was underneath. And then one person that volunteers here from time to time just spent a whole day in Quebec, right, and took a picture of 3 old CP rail stations in the province of Quebec, and they had their desks restored, and each one had a desk in the bay window made with 3 planks. So I went underneath this chair, and I had a look. I pulled out the flashlight on my phone and went underneath 3 planks. So the next week, the next Thursday, and I think I mentioned it in an email, you guys were both in that email group, so we stripped it. We stripped off all the old plywood and the old finish, and there's the original beadboard. Those shelves are original. These drawers were here. There were no shelves here, so we removed them. And these 3 boards right here also went underneath. And if you lay on the floor and look under here, you can see the thousands of scratch marks from all those wooden matches.
Oh yeah.
Because they were smokers, right?
Yes, of course.
They're up underneath here. You almost have to get down on your back to see them, but they're there.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
You'll see stuff like that every day.
Now, if you take out the bottom drawer here, you will see old train orders and things, because it's typical CP.
Oh, yes.
I pulled some out to look at. Nobody has to touch them, except me, but there's more in that dust. All in layers in that dust and crap, and including the other drawer, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, but nobody has to clean it until I go through it. Because I want to see.
CN something or other.
Here we all.
This is a train order.
Yeah.
This is
Flimsies.
typical paper for a train order.
Yeah. Something DAR here. Ticket, agent DAR. There you go.
Anyway, there's going to be more, right?
Yes.
Nobody ever. I like finding stuff that nobody's ever touched.
Yep, that's been there for years.
That's been there. Maybe some of that dirt since 1917. So don't go picking your teeth.
Yeah, really.
No doubt there's been mice and stuff there too.
Yeah.
So here are the original 3 boards. Now it's not the original top.
No.
Because when you move this out of the way, you can see where, the top board fit there, right? There's a seam, there's a seam. If you move this, you can tell that was an ink spill because of the color, right through, right? So what we have is a sub top. So Bob had this cherry, even though it's probably gonna end up being more than 3 boards, sitting in the roof of his barn for 20 years. So between us and Rona, we're gonna make a tabletop,
Okay.
okay? Then we'll probably have this sitting here somewhere. The original typewriter is right here. That was actually used at this desk. We actually know who sat at that desk in January 1917, because when I went through this is cool too.
Oh.
Have you ever looked in one of these, in this thing?
Nope.
Never in your life? Where's my newspaper? You're wasting film right now. Wait till I find the appropriate.
That's all right. It's all digital.
Don't worry about it.
No, I
Got
want,
hours, 16 hours
1936
worth of
timetable.
recording, so. If not, I've got more.
okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, where did it end up? Oh. Here, that's you run. Let's find something. Like we have the old seals and wax. You've never looked in here? Look at these.
Wow, those are old.
Here it is, right here. Don't tell, take one each. I've got 1.5 inches of them up here, never used.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's Railfan cool stuff, right?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, if you ever get caught with them, yeah, you got them from me and it's okay. You don't have to return them. So this paper is a Middleton paper from November 1916. See that, November 1916. This place opened in January
Yes.
1917. Our railwaymen, has a little article, It lists everybody that worked out of this building, including the agent that sat in that chair, Mr. Jacques. Yeah, even
Wow.
though they remember him, there's our new president, she just turned 80 on the weekend. When she was a little girl, she lived next door to old man Jake's. He was the guy.
Okay.
He died many, many years ago, and he
Yeah.
was the guy, not Jacques, right? But she called him Jake's. Everybody called him Jake's. And,
Okay.
he was the guy who sat there when this place opened. Like,
Wow.
that's cool to me,
Yeah, it's
right?
just-
And we can do something with that. And when it's done, anyway. Just wonder, you know, the stuff that's
I'd say
here,
time is of the essence there.
Yep.
the stuff that's here, this is filled with stuff just like what I gave you. To be expressed, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody just closed the door. And,
I walked away.
you know,
From the Clarksville station. Part of that station is actually still around.
is it?
Yeah.
Here's another one. That has nothing
We
to do
saw
with
it
the
last
desk.
week.
I know we're off topic of the desk here. So this is those are all DAR tickets in there behind those marbles.
I wonder how those worked.
Right here, right? Roll it somehow. But
Oh, just to
anyway,
keep the tickets in place.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
but we'll just have a look at this one. What's this one?
Yarmouth and Halifax, Dominion Atlantic, one-way passage.
That's an expensive ticket.
Yep.
I see Upper Kennetcook, Windsor, South Maitland, Clarksville, Brooklyn.
Plus there's tons
Midland
of stuff laying
Summer.
on the bottom. I haven't even got to it yet.
Baggage tickets, looks like.
Yeah, but it's deep, right? It's a
Yep.
couple inches deep. You don't really know. So I notice you're looking in that glass frame. See that little piece at the bottom?
Yeah.
That's a ticket. That's an intercolonial railway ticket. And we couldn't read, it had handwriting on the back. We couldn't read it, so we scanned it. We have a laptop and a scanner now, just this scanner, but a beautiful Dell refurbished laptop I bought for the place. It's in that locked drawer. And I had somebody here scanning photographs and documents. She got up to 300 or 400. She's now taken courses at the Association of Nova Scotia Museums, and she's hooked, right?
Yeah.
A young woman. And so we scanned both sides, and then we could blow it up, right? And there's handwritten by the conductor, good for return. It's Stellarton to some damn place. And good for Betsy.
19 document from 1915 here. Racing at the Aylesford Speedway, Dominion Day.
Five, six, seven kids come in with their teacher, and I had them all doing hand signals. You know, and we had the green machine out here that is propelled by bicycle. It's built on a bicycle platform, but it rides the rails, right? It goes
Yeah.
in both directions. That's out there, so I had them doing hand signals, 1, 2, 3, you know, watch at the stop, go ahead, back up, and, because I know them all, right? Now, it was, Terry and I were beating it up really, really well.
Yeah.
So this was filled with farm stuff. There's still the odd little bit. In fact, there's a new brewery opened on the other side of Lawrencetown on 201 called Lund's Mill Brewery. Lawrencetown used to be called Lund's Mill. And they wanted some artifacts for the wall. So now that we have the proper forms from the Association of Nova Scotia Museum, we put our handle on the top as well, right? And we have actually loaned them some of this farm stuff to hang up on their wall.
Yes, I remember that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Here.
This is the freight shed, which was the later addition.
Later edition, it was moved
Yep.
from back over there up to alongside the building. The station was shrunk up a few feet, and some pieces were reused like this. And this door on the end, which was over here on the side at one time. So this is what we've done here. What we have here, this is Clyde's little area, and he has 3 scale of tracks sitting up here, and they're all wired up. He can test anything. These are the G scale he's kept. And as he goes to rebuild each, because everything was worn out, as he goes to rebuild each locomotive, if there is some metal gear or some gear that needs to be fabricated because you can't order one, he gets an SCC at King's Tech, and they reproduce them for us.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Very cool. It was just a couple phone calls. They need projects, and we need stuff, right? So,
Great.
yeah, he gets all these things working for us. And he airbrushes and, you know, he paints appropriate colors. And
Makes them look good.
more sounder. Okay. Here's the bracket it was on. Yes, we found it. So that would sit at the desk, right, with this in it. It's a receiver. And of course, you know, it amplifies everything, right?
Yep.
And this is what you're trying to recreate.
Well, that's the best picture I have. Now, it's just a generic copy out of a magazine or something, but yes, if I could find the exact layout of an early station desk, we were going to create that desk. Okay, with this Morse sounder, with one of these, and we're going to have another one in a receiver back here. And my son said, I can make all that work and hook all that up. Don't worry. Nice. So we have lots of this stuff. I know you're interested. So, this is probably going to go to, there's a museum on the South Shore, right? A CM museum? We're probably going to offer them that.
Okay, is that the Musquodoboit Museum?
I guess so. It was mentioned to me. I said, yeah, I'm all for it. It's not something we're going to.
Come on up, Matt.
You recording?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're in the station attic at Middleton.
Take my sunglasses. Watch your head. Oh, it even extends. There's a bar.
It goes up another level, he said.
No.
Yeah.
You take the camera. There's some tractor. Those are the.
Oh yeah, shimmings. Shims.
Oh wow, spider webs everywhere.
Is that a door over there?
No, it's.
Nope, sealed up.
Yep. There's a brick floor for the fireplace.
Plaster and lathe walls.
Is that as far as it goes?
Nope, it goes up. Bubble wrap.
Up. Way up. There's the chimney.
Stuff everywhere. Look at that. Insulator wire. That's how they used to run power.
Aha.
Through that. Give you guys. There's a. Wow. Yeah. First time anyone's probably been up here in so long.
Now, get a shot of this machine here right in front of you.
Yeah. Watch your step when you come up here. Wow. There's a. What is that? Oh, yeah. That's an old. I think it's a. Not sure what that is. Definitely. Picture frames. There's nothing over that way. Just.
Pink insulation.
Pictures. Yeah, pink insulation for sure. Electrical. There's a 45 tonner box. There's an old typewriter. Electric one. Those aren't too common.
What's down there?
Down this way.
Yeah.
Glass. Careful, man. Part of a Some old bottles. Oh, can you see?
Yep.
Need to brighten it up a little bit. Wait. CP Rail mug, I think.
There's some old papers over here.
Yeah. What am I stepping on? Gotta be very careful here.
Trunk. Or suitcase. Oh, another typewriter.
That's an old one. Binder. Normal binder. You already. Yeah, there's a book there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yep.
Anything else you see up here you want to look at?
Not really.
Alright.
Mostly junk. '90s computer. Model trains.
Hold on, man. Here, take the ladder. Sorry. I don't think anybody's been up here in a number of years. Where's my foot? I can't.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There you go.
Got it. Oh. That's crazy. That's,
An old orange box.
yeah, I don't see those too often. Track. I see some.
Bottles.
Oh, this is neat. You never know what's up inside old stations.
Mm-hmm.
Everything up here. Oh, watch your step there.
Yep.
Here, I can't see where I'm
Oh,
stepping.
here.
Would have been a caboose and say, I want the yellow car now next to the engine, even though now it's next to the caboose. How do you do it? And I want the engine facing the other way. So they have to figure out how to make the switch move, right? Which I would like to set up here because there's fun puzzles to try, right?
It'll be good for like schools, like when the school kids come.
Yes.
Yeah, that helps.
My
That's
goodness.
what you gotta do.
My goodness, Betsy, you're not missing anything.
No.
Lots of those.
So 250 feet of track, and we laid it last year, and it was all working, and we had a locomotive on it, and then winter came, and then everything heaved and made a mess, right? So then we've been coming up with this idea. So we kind of took the wood, rebar, all off, right? All above grade.
Oh yeah.
Something for you to do now.
Just on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be fun to play around with.
So that's like I said inside. So we're going to set it all up in incline, not 200 feet, but we'll make an oval or something, right? So they're working properly. All the walls, the warehouses near the track. This needs to be rebuilt. All these ties are coming out of here. We got to rehang this fucking door, or rebuild the door and rehang it.
So where's the water tank foundation?
Well, it's not in this compound. See, that's this little bungalow.
That's
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just
Railway shed.
at the far corner. It looks like an ash tree just to the right of it at the corner, about 30 feet from the corner of that building, the stand building. Where those trees are, they're growing right up in the middle of the concrete foundation.
Okay.
It's like a 8-sided or 6-sided concrete footing for the whole water tower.
And can I get you to tell me the names of the DAR railroaders that you would work with out west?
There was Cricket Smith, right? And I forget his first name. And he lived in Revelstoke, and he may have passed away by now. It was Bev Graham, B-E-V, like Beverly. Only he's a big, tall, lanky guy. Graham, he told me he worked DAR. Steve Becker, he was a general yardmaster in Revelstoke for a while, but before that he told me he was DAR. He was excited when he found out I was from Nova Scotia and I first hired on in '77. And his son Chris is a hoghead in Kamloops. Chris was born out west. There are others I'd have to think of them, but those three I know bang on were DAR employees. They told me, right?
And there were some guys from New Brunswick?
Yeah, Gerald Moore worked out there. He now is retired in Macadam. He's back there. He was a yard foreman with me in Golden and in Revelstoke, BC. He was a conductor and brakeman out of Revelstoke at one time. Retired a yard foreman in Golden. Joe Painter is from Macadam, New Brunswick. I don't know where he is now. They're all retired now. Geez, you caught me off guard, man. I should have made a list a week ago, and then I'd been ready. But there's a couple.
Okay. Well, thanks for that.
Oh, Timmy Ham. So there was a big wreck in British Columbia through the Roy Sheds in 1977. I think it was probably, could have been the winter of '78, February. And 100 and some coal cars derailed in Rogers Pass. And Timmy Ham was operating the train. He was a railroader from New Brunswick, and H-A-M-M, and his eyes always blinked like that. And he was driving that damn thing when it derailed. But it seems to me it was called the Flat Creek Wreck. Okay, the largest coal wreck ever in CP's history to this date, even. Between Flat Creek and Illecillewaet. 100 and some coal cars upside down in National Park. Ooh, fucking mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timmy's from New Brunswick too. I think he passed away a long time ago.
Okay.
Mr. Phil Mason would, he'd remember all their names because he stayed in Revelstoke and I didn't, right? They're just things we found on the property, and people were going to throw away. I said, no, that's a handbrake off a box car. That's a wheel off a push car. That's a